and welcome back to another live stream of this McLaren F1 Manager series as we are carrying on our weekend in the United States at COTA. So coming off the back of the sprint race, we are now about to jump in to the full race and see what we can do there. Don't think it's going to be quite as good as Lando Norris in real life, getting his maiden victory. What a weekend that was. Brilliant race from Lando in Miami. We're in COTA. As I say, this car is running about 8th on the grid at the moment, so Lando's outperforming it. So he may be able to get some more points. We'll see what we can do. We are going to use the same tyre compounds for both drivers, but a bit of a split strategy with Oscar starting on the hards. He's then switching to 2 stints on the mediums. Lando's going to start this race on the medium, then switching to the hard for the medium stint, then finishing off on the medium. So a little bit of a split strategy. With that said, I think we're ready to jump in to this Grand Prix.
We're not far off now.
Here we go then.
Austin, as the drivers ready
we are in Austin
for this
for COTA. Full race.
Get ready. It's the United States.
See what we can do in this one. 4 lights. 5.
And it's lights out. And away
They're still
we go.
on. The lights are still on. They're gone. They all false started. They're still on the lights. What's happened there? Anyway, bit of a glitch there by the looks of it. But we are underway. So Norris in 8th. So he's retained that 8th place. Oscar's dropped down to 60. Let's have a look at tyre check. So most drivers on medium. There's a few soft runners, and there's only one hard runner, and that is ourselves, Oscar Piastri. So we'll see how we go with him. He may drop backwards in this first stint, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, he's on the hard. He's got Zhou with a soft car behind him, then 2 medium. So Guan Yu's probably going to be quite quick. As we say that, it looks like he's looking to make that move. To be fair, he'll want to get that done quickly. His tyres are 2 steps softer than ours. And it looks like he's through and got that move done. Oscar having a little bit of a fight back here. But no, as we see a replay then of Zhou getting past us.
Here we are then, reaching
as I say, he is on the softs, we're on the hard, so
they decide to give it a go.
Quite hard to defend this early on as well, because his tyres will be up to temperature a lot quicker than ours. He's passed us. Oscar down to 17th, so a tough start for Oscar, but as I say, he is the only one running on the hard tyres. So he is very much going to go backwards, but as long as we keep on the tail, he may end up 20th here on this first stint. Although he's fighting back against Guan Yu here. But not enough. Just kind of need to keep him in there. Lando will start to drop the tyres down, because we do need to make this last.
Yeah, confirm.
Alex Albon very racy behind him, as the AI always on this game will hack from the off. We're in quite a good position here with Lando. We've got a handful of races left in this first year of this McLaren journey, and we're not developing this car. We haven't done that for a long time, and we're still hanging on to 5th in the constructors. Alpine are about 12-13 points behind us. Again, looking at this race, Alpine, Ocon's in 11th, Gasly 15th, so they're going to do well to get points. So looking quite good as Alex Albon's making a move on the outside of Lando here. And Albon gets that one done. We're moving backwards early on here.
Let's have a look at that. Here we are then, looking at turn 12. The opportunity's there.
Which is sometimes the way, because the AI do really abuse their tyres early on.
And Alex Alex Albon completes the move.
So Albon gets past us there. Lando down to 9th. As behind us, Valtteri gets past Piastri.
Now this was Valtteri Bottas. It's there for the taking.
Not great so far for our drivers. They're seeing cars go past them, but as I say, I'm not too worried at the moment. Piastri's hanging in there.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre.
So on this strategy, we want to be aggressive on the first stint, then standard. So Piastri is probably going to drop to last here because he's on these hard tyres. It's just the way it's going to be, I think, unfortunately. With Lando, we really want to stay in Albon's DRS. We just want to manage that. We've just come out of that DRS, so we want to try and push a little bit with Lando. Ideally, you don't want to lose any more positions with Lando. Have a look though. Sargent gonna have enough on this straight. Looks a little bit too far back, although he's got that DRS. It's too far back. So we do need Norris to attack a little bit again on those tyres. We need to get back into the DRS of Albon if we can. I'm not sure we've got the pace around here at the moment though. Yeah, it's looking more and more likely that Sargent going to be close to getting past us than we are getting closer to Albon. Sargent thinking about a move, but not close enough. We're now 1.5 off Alex. Our pace was not too bad in the sprint, but early stages here, the pace isn't too great, unfortunately. We're using some deployment, but even with that, we're just not making an impression on Alex. I think Sargent is about to sail past us here.
Just be careful.
We may as well conserve some tyre life here.
COTA.
We got good exit off that corner, actually. Yeah, so Sargent not close enough, and then we've got pretty good purchase off that corner onto the back straight there. It's very nice indeed. So let's have a look at tyres. So let's say we've got a good tyre margin. The rest of the grid are burning their tyres up early on, so they'll probably start to come off that now. But yeah, we're certainly not got the pace at the moment to close in on Albon. With a little bit of a DRS train forming behind us. Sargent, Magnussen, Ocon, Hamilton. Is Sargent close enough this time for a move? No. So I think we forward on as Hulkenberg gets past Piastri. So we thought Piastri was going to drop to last. It's taken a while, but he's edging his way to the back of the grid, unfortunately. As I say, he's the only one at the moment on the hard tyres. So hopefully Piastri's race will come to him a little bit later.
That sees them move up into 18th.
I don't expect Tsunoda to get past Piastri pretty quickly now. Hulkenberg has. Lando has built a DRS gap to Sargent now, so Sargent's obviously stopped pushing.
We don't want to overcook the tyres.
He's under pressure from Magnussen. Looks like Magnussen's passed Sargent there. Hamilton involved in all this squabble, so he's getting bogged down out of the points there. If you are jumping into the stream, no matter the platform, do like the video, drop a comment, get involved. Let me know, were you happy with this Sunday's result with Lando in Miami, baby, getting that win. Beautiful stuff. Good pace from the McLaren Sunday, which I think was the best thing about it. Norris now 3 seconds off Albon. Magnussen's 2 seconds behind us. Eye-wise, we're on target for our pit stop on lap 15, so that's fine. Astri fine as well. I think we just settle into this now, monitoring those gaps. As I say, still expecting Tsunoda to get past Piastri, although Piastri is now close to Zhou, so I think Zhou's tyres have dropped off now. So we really want to get Piastri past Zhou now at this phase of the Grand Prix. We'll give him a bit of deployment when we got onto this straight with a bit of ERS and DRS. Should give us what we need. Need good exit off here. Zhou has not got DRS on his teammate. He's 2.3 seconds back, so should be job done here. Here we go, running alongside now. Should have inside here. This should be pretty easy work for Oscar. Though I thought we'd get that done a lot earlier. But it does look like Oscar's got that done. So he's moved back into 18th.
So let's
Let's get a replay of that one.
Now there's the car of Piastri. Can they squeeze by?
Yeah, good overtake for Oscar. Need that done. Got it done pretty quickly. Let's see if he can gain on Bottas. Bottas, I think, is on medium, so Ricardo's another soft runner. Is he struggling as well? Not too bad. He's got a 2.3 buffer to Hulkenberg. So Norris is 2.2 off Albon. He's got 3-second gap on Magnussen. So just running his own little race at the moment is Lando. Go forward on a bit. Piastri, Tsunoda's not got past Zhou yet, which is nice for Piastri. He's getting a little bit of a buffer there on Tsunoda. Hamilton is now the car behind Norris, so we'd expect him to be eating into that gap. Which he is. Lando's getting close to Albon now, though. So, what are we? Lap 10 now. Let's have a look at the tyres. So, Norris has started to use his tyres more than Albon. That's fine, because I think we're still on course. We could probably extend our pit window by lap. We're due to come in on lap 15 to go to the hards. Probably go to 16 or 17 at this rate. So that's fine at the moment. So yeah, 1.2 off Albon. Piastri's 1.5 off Bottas. Tsunoda's now past Zhou. Still all to play for. This one pans out. Norris still 1.5 behind Albon. We've got a yellow flag. Looks like Hamilton's had enough because he's just dropped.
A yellow flag here.
And it is. Lewis has had a spin. Oh dear. Amateur hour for Hamilton. Who's dropped it, and he's going to have to hold it there, maybe for the whole grid to go past, unless there's a gap. Mercedes in uproar. What's happened here then? Has he had to hold it there? No, he's got going again, but Piastri's got past him, so that's nice again, because Hamilton can hold up Tsunoda. Although, he shouldn't be holding him up, although he has ruined his tyres there. Hamilton may dip into the pits because of that spin. He may have to drop into the pits here, Lewis. Carries on for now. Norris got a good gap on Magnussen, so it looks like we're solid for 9th place in this Grand Prix. Whether we can go up the grid anymore, we shall see. Barring any mistakes, of course. Oscar can probably extend a little bit as we move through this as well. So, well, our first pit stop's coming in now in the 2 Ferraris. Double stack the Ferraris. Norris is past both of them. Not that it's going to matter. We're not racing. Sorry, the Ferraris. I think Norris can extend for a lap. Oh, and Danny Ricks had a pit stop issue, so this is good for Piastri.
Ricciardo swinging in.
Daniel Ricciardo is a couple of positions ahead of Oscar.
But they run into trouble and it holds up their stop.
Looks to be a jack issue, so that is handy for Oscar. So Charles should make his way past us. He's going to be frustrated there, though. That's going to lose him time. Before this on, I think, yeah, Norris can go for one more lap. Charles Leclerc does get past Lando. As I say, we're not racing. Charles is just come in for some fresh rubber.
It's certainly inviting.
And certainly a lot quicker than us anyway. So it gets that one done comfortably. Right, let's bring Lando in. We're due on the hard tyre next.
So box now. Yeah, confirm.
But Lando is going to be boxing this lap. Let's hope for a nice clean pit stop. Our pit crew has been struggling recently. I mean, anything sort of sub 3 seconds is going to be pretty good for us. We'll take it. But there's been quite a few errors recently, so let's hope for a good one here. No. Classic. Oh, this pit crew, that's awful as well. It's so slow. 8.6, lost us 6 seconds. Oh, this pit crew is absolutely awful. I mean, if I could sack them all, I would do it. That's ruined our race again. 6 seconds. I mean, I think we did have 7 seconds on Magnussen, thankfully. But still, it's just not good enough. Can't afford these errors every race.
Confirm.
Well, that's cost us a maybe gaining positions doing an undercut. So we were 2-3 seconds off them in front of us, plus another 6. That's 9 seconds we've lost to those in front. That's a shame. We are going to be closing in our teammate shortly, but we will ask Oscar to move aside once we get close to him. Hulkenberg pitting now. Oh, this is a slow stop as well, so that's handy. So we won't watch the replay because we're on board for that, but Haas having a nightmare as well, so that's handy for Lando and Piastri at least. Right, let's ask Oscar not to fight Lando. Should move out of the way when he can. Not really the place of the track to do it, so hopefully when we get round here, Oscar can move out of the way. He does. Nice swap there as Bottas pits. Oscar's due to stop on lap 21. Some DRS on his teammate as well there. We'll let him attack for a bit, see if he can keep with Lando. I don't think he will be able to, but... And Bottas has had a pit stop issue. What a surprise! Every race is a Bottas pit stop issue, whether in real life or in a game. Lando's pillow, hi, how are you doing? Hope you're well.
There's been a problem there.
And that is awfully slow.
Let's attack.
Let me just save this in case we get any issues. Sometimes a glitch when you go into this. I want to look at these pit stops. So Bottas just did a 9-second stop. Hulkenberg did an 8.8. Lando did an 8.6. Danny Rick a 6.5. So plenty of poor pit stops going on in this one.
Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape.
We can just forward this on now, really, till the pit stop window opens as Ocon pits. Ocon was behind Lando. So hopefully that's staying the same. Yep. Certainly closer though because of Lando's pit stop issue. Hopefully Piastri can do a bit of a hold-up job here until he needs to pit. He's got a couple of laps now until he needs to pit. As we've got Albon, so let's see how far Albon comes out in front of... Ooh, has he got a pit stop issue? He has! Yeah! Albon was ahead of Norris, so that has helped us because I thought he'd have a much bigger margin than us. Have a look at that, what's going on in these pit stops? Everyone's struggling down there.
We see the Williams crew ready here. And they can't lower the jack.
Jack problem for Albon, so that's balanced out the poor stop we had. Although he's still got a good margin, so... Still got a bigger margin, so our stop was obviously a lot worse still. He's now 6.7 ahead of us. Magson's had a pit stop issue as well, so it's all going on. Piastri's going to do a bit of a hold-up job here, which is nice. Just going to build Lando a buffer. If you're jumping into the stream, please do like the video. It really helps the channel out. Piastri is just doing a good little job here for Lando. I don't think Lando's under pressure too much from these guys behind, but this is just going to help him with Piastri holding them up. So who hasn't pitted here? So Gasly's not pitted. We should be a net 9th once Gasly pits. I expect Gasly to be coming in this lap, really. Look at this gaggle of cars. They're losing a lot of time behind us here. Gasly dipping into the pits. He is indeed. There's Russell. Verstappen's in. Is Albon going to jump Russell here? Don't think he is. Going to be pretty close though. Lando in the background. What about Gasly? Where he'd love to come out in front of all of this, wouldn't he? I don't think he wants to be stuck in this. But he's not going to get his wish there. He's going to join the back of this. Oh, and Lewis. Lewis is still down in 15th with that error starting down the back of the grid due to a penalty, and now he just can't get out of this DRS train.
push now.
Piastri is going to pit.
Yeah.
Lando's going to have a nice 6-second gap to 10th place. And just manage his tyres. We've got Russell on softs, Albon on the mediums. And Ocon fancying a go on the outside of Sargent. So, Alex Albon's gone medium, so he's going to put a soft on or a hard. Probably a soft. Fernando's gone medium, hard. Medium, mediums. We've got a yellow flag. Momentarily. It's going 3 wide through here. Albon's ran wide. Not by much though, because we're still 6.9 seconds off him, so this is going to be very minimal. Yeah.
Just running wide.
Kept it full throttle anyway, so not losing any time. But Piastri has held this gaggle of cars up nicely. And Lando's now got a 7.5 second buffer.
Oh, good luck.
Good evening, Dino. How are you? How's your Tuesday been? So Oscar finally pits. Done his long run now on those hards. Nice. 2.7. So he may come out probably in 19th here, we're expecting. Yeah, going to be out in 19th. Jeez. That was close. Yeah, out in 19th. But you've got 20% tyre life on these guys and a softer compound. What do we want to be doing? We want to be on standard for this stint.
So Oscar, we can look after this tyre.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty happy where he is at the moment now. 7-second gap to Magnussen. I think Lando's just nailed on here for a 9th place. 7 seconds to Albon, 6 seconds to Hulkenberg behind him. Hulkenberg probably going to gain, but he's on the soft, so not too worried about him closing up that much to us. Good, thank you. Enjoying my Haas playthrough and holding off Alpine for 5th. Nice. You're doing the same as what I'm doing then, trying to hold Alpine off for 5th. That's Piastri. We're going to give him some deployment here.
Use the overtake button.
Copy.
Now hopefully once we get onto the straight here, we should be job done here. Might get it done before the straight. Oscar got much better grip on these tyres. This should be easy work now with the DRS. Into turn 1, and Piastri moves himself up to 18th and now can get after Bottas.
Let's take a closer look.
So we have a replay of that one then.
McLaren driver here.
So Oscar just much better pace now because we're on some medium tyres compared to Tsunoda's hard. We've done our stint on the hards.
McLaren there with a beautiful manoeuvre.
I'm very well, thank you, Dino. All the better for 3 days off and seeing Lando Norris win a race on Sunday. I'm feeling, yeah, very happy indeed. I would argue a free stop is viable. Yeah, we do have the softs. We've got the softs in the bag, so we'll see. We'll manage this stint and see how it goes. We may switch to a free stop. How this plays out. Sort of middle stint. Really need to get Piastri past Bottas and then see what pace he's got. Yeah. Not too much going on there at the moment. Hulkenberg is very much closing in on us, but he's not going to last too much longer. Certainly at that pace. As Piastri is now on the back of Bottas. We need to get Bottas and see what pace we've got then to close in on Danny Rick. But we may start to attack, build a bit of a buffer behind us, and then we could always switch to that free stop. Danny Rick, so we've got 30% on his mediums, got quite a bit on Hamilton as well, so tyre-wise we've got good advantage here. Piastri at the back. Let me get this move done on Bottas. We've put ourselves in a bad position here though to get this done. This is poor work from Oscar. Gonna bog himself down there. So for another half lap or so we're going to be stuck behind Valtteri, which is not ideal. It's a couple of laps away from half race distance here. So Ocon's got past Hulkenberg now. Hulkenberg's back past Ocon, so they're having a little squabble there. Right, we need good exit here. Bottas pulling away initially there.
Recharge off. Copy.
Oscar pulls out. It doesn't look like he's going to go for it though. Not aggressive enough from Oscar here. We're harvesting a little bit there, so probably didn't help to close. We're a lot closer this time round though. Let's see, driving clean. Yeah, I will try clean air. If he doesn't get him here, we will have to whack that on. Got to move out early here. Bottas going defensive early, but looks like we're going to get it done now.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Charge some of that battery into the first corner.
Recharge
Right, so that's job done now on Bottas. As we see a replay of that one.
Take a look here. Now this was at turn 1. The gap opens up for them.
So probably a lap later than we would wanted, but Oscar is finally past Bottas. We've got 10 seconds now to close on Danny Rick. Danny Rick, as I say, we've got 30% tyre life on him. Sargent's going to have to pit soon as well. And I wonder if Albon's obviously extending to go onto the softs at the end. Yeah, I think Lando's okay for 9th at the moment. Although Ocon's closing in. Or attack Lando for a little bit. We've gained some time margin there. Oscar's running to scale really, so just monitor these gaps as we've got Sargent pitting now. I don't think he'll in Piastri's window, will he? Oh, he might well be. Only Rick has passed him. It's a medium tyre for Sargent. Is he going to take that to the end? Got half the race to go on those. Oh, that seems quite a long way for him to go. Let's have a look at our history. Is that? Yeah, so that is... He's got medium, softs, mediums. Knowing Logan and his tyre life, I think he's going to be struggling there, but we'll see. Might be a free stop for Sargent. Be interesting to see how that plays out. So Piastri's promoted as 16th, showing good pace now to close on Danny Rick. Then there is another 8-second margin to Magnussen. These guys are going to be pitting in the next 5 or so laps, I would say. Oscar not due to pit now until lap 42. We're saving quite a bit of fuel as well for a push at the end, so isn't too bad. But the Alpines are closing in on Lando, which is a worry. But again, they're going to have to pit earlier than Lando. So I'm not going to fight that too hard with Lando. I'm just going to let that happen. Hulkenberg pits now. Shaping up into quite an interesting race, actually. That's an okay stop for Haas. Where is Hulkenberg feeding out? I think he'll be away and ahead of Piastri, unfortunately. But of course, he's now on the hard tyres, so Hulkenberg's going to go to the end. Yes, this is playing out quite nicely. So, Ocon's dropped off from Gasly, but Gasly's showing good pace. He is on softs though. So he may well get past Lando shortly. We'll wait and see on that. Ricciardo pitting now. So Piastri's going to be promoted to 15th. Sargent on our tail with Piastri. So again, that's absolutely fine because he's on fresher tyres. Sainz is pitting. So yeah, Sargent may get past us, but again, that's fine. Because his tyres, if he's trying to push them to the end, can't see it happening personally. If he does, he's going to be really struggling towards the end of the race. K-Mag's going to pit shortly. Hulkenberg is out on those new cars and he is pulling away from us, but again, we'll have a significant tyre advantage at the end, but we're probably going to be 30 seconds back on him. We'll see what happens there. Gasly's dropped off a bit now from Norris. 1.4. Still got a bit of tyre life as Gasly. As Logan Sargent looking to make his way past Piastri.
We don't want to overcook the tyres.
And we're not fighting this too much, but it's quite nice to keep him behind and just hold him up. We've got good confidence that we'll get back out and be able to chase down Sargent. Even though these guys are only now net 10 seconds behind us. Yeah, look, they're going to pit. Surely they're going to pit again, if not they're running light, so they're going to be struggling. Ricciardo, by the time we get down to the last 10 laps, we're going to have a good tyre life on him, so at least 15th is definitely on for Piastri. As pit stops aren't great as their sporting director is crap. Yeah, I mean, it didn't look the quickest, but they didn't have a mistake in there, but I don't know if the Haas is probably going to be a little bit out of reach here. So we'll just forward this on. Sargent's probably going to get past us at some point here. As Magnussen pits now. Also depends where Magnussen comes out. If he gets stuck behind Sargent and gets hurled up for a little while, that'll be quite handy. Let's watch a Haas pit stop. That definitely wasn't very quick. Hulkenberg's past Piastri and Sargent are now past him. Yeah, he's going to have to make his way past Sargent. So Lando can probably drop down to aggressive again now.
Our tyre budget.
Confirm.
Charles Leclerc is pitting from the lead. Right, let's forward on a bit. So Piastri's pitting lap 42. Where are we going with Lando? Lap 39. We could probably extend by a lap or so. Hamilton pits. He's now out behind, in the middle of Sargent and Magnussen. That's quite good for Piastri. It might be a little bit of a battle going on there that can hold them up. So you can see Hamilton there, and then Magnussen. Lando we can extend for a little bit. Give him a little bit of extra tyre life towards the end of the race. Oh, and Nico Hülkenberg. This is lovely indeed for Piastri.
Now with the Haas, things were going smoothly. Struggling with the car, and they'll need to be mindful of the effect that that had on the tyres.
The big lockup. Let's see what he's lost on tyre life there. Down to 79%. He's only had those on for a few laps, so that's good again for us. Sargent finally gets past Oscar
Now we
Piastri.
can see what happened. Now this happened as they arrived at turn 12. They decide to give it a go.
Logan should have got that done a lot earlier. But he's finally passed Oscar. He's only 77 rated. Jeez, he must. I'm assuming he must be the worst one in the 10 teams then. F1 teams. Albon's pitting now. Oh, he's out on the hards. I thought he was going to try and extend go on the softs, so that's interesting. Oh, not lap 39. I looked at the wrong thing. Well, lap 36 we were looking at, which we're on now. We are definitely going to extend beyond that. Piastri was lap 42, wasn't it? Yeah. Got a little bit to go with Piastri. Let's just see where So Gasly must stop soon. Gasly is pitting now. Hamilton overtakes Piastri. That's to be expected. Albon closing in on Norris pretty quickly now. George Russell has had a pit stop issue. He wasn't too ahead of Albon, so is Albon going to jump George Russell here? How slow is it?
Well,
Pretty slow.
We see the issue occur here.
Very slow. That looks like at least an 8-second stop. Oh, I'm pretty sure Albon's going to be jumping George Russell here, is he? Oh, maybe not. Still gets ahead of him. Yes, he does just make it out ahead of him still. As Ocon in the pits as well now. So I think we'll just leave it on there and then we'll attack this final lap. Albon's going to make his way past Norris now. There we go.
Try and pick my way through Albon ahead.
Why didn't
Now, this
So
is what
Albon,
happened.
same tyres, but a
It was
lot
the
of pressure.
Williams driver we see
Lando's
there.
coming to the end of his stint. Alex
The
on
opportunity's there.
a new stint on those hards. So, again, pretty much expected. We weren't going to be able to hold on to that one. And Albon has been about 8 to 10 seconds up the road. So, I think it's going to be hard to catch him. But we are going to hit this lap.
Confirming we are boxed this lap.
Confirm.
Come on, Lando had a horrible stop that first stop, so let's hope this is better. Been a lot of issues in this pit lane today for all the teams though. The Ashley stop was good though, so come on. Need a good one here. Fingers crossed. All the tyres are on. Jack. Well, not too quick, but at least it's not a mistake. We'll take that. 2.9. Where are we going to filter out here then? Gasly is on the mediums and has jumped us, so that's a worry, I would say. We're out in front of Hamilton, who's on hards.
Yeah, okay.
So we've got Hülkenberg and Gasly ahead of us, who we've got to overtake to get back to 9th where we were. And we're about 6 seconds off them. Hülkenberg should be fine, because he's on a hard. We're on the same compound as Gasly, but we've got about 15% on him, 14% margin. So, yeah, going to depend on degradation of his tyres, really. And Hamilton may be pushing on those tyres, and obviously he's going to be up to speed as well, so we may lose this momentarily. I'm confident we can get back past Lewis. Squabbling away there. Lewis does make that move, so that's a bit frustrating for us. Mag now on the back of Piastri.
Let's see what happened there.
We see
Here
that
we are
Hamilton
then looking
overtake.
at turn 12. The opportunity begging to be taken.
Hamilton, although he's on hards, they're up to temperature. Pushing on those, so he does get us. Hopefully we can get that back though. We are a couple of positions out of the points now. Piastri's going to pit soon. Another 2 laps. And then he's got a bit more of a aggressive stint at the end here. Quite a bit of fuel we can burn with both as well. To go. Piastri lose out to Magnussen,
Right
but
then, we
again,
can take a look now.
we're at different
Here we go,
phases of the
heading
Grand
into turn
Prix
1.
with those around us, with
Can
both
they
cars
squeeze
really.
by?
Offset against these, so Magnussen again will be going to the end on those tyres, which are now at 77%. Hulkenberg's going to be struggling towards the end here. Hamilton will be fine. Norris has got past Lewis again.
So let's
That
take a
is
look at the replay.
handy indeed.
Now the focus is on Lando Norris here. It's there for the taking.
So we did think this would happen once Lando got the tyres up to temperature. So now we've got to close in on Nico Hulkenberg, 4.7 seconds back on him. So we'll see what that gap looks like. 4.4 now, it's closing all the time. We'll hit Oscar at the end of this lap. And Norris is closing that gap quite nicely. Then Hulkenberg only 2 seconds off of the back of Gasly, so we can definitely get to Gasly, but as I say, he's on the same compound, so that might be a trickier overtake.
Copy, understood.
Oscar dropping in for his final stop, and Sargent is stopping again. Sargent's gone on to the softs. That's interesting. Didn't think he'd make those tyres last, but even softs for 11 laps. He's going to be pretty quick, but he's not going to be able to push too hard on those, as Oscar's making a right nuisance of himself there. Nearly costing Charles Leclerc the lead as he gets out of the way now. Charles and Perez. Verstappen 7 seconds off this battle. Verstappen may not be getting a win today. That's looking unlikely at the moment. Or is it actually? Sorry. Maybe not. Max is looking pretty good. Boss. Yeah, I can see Max eating into that and taking the lead, certainly. So yeah, Sargent on the sauce. That's quite an interesting move. Bottas is going to pit again. Yeah, very interesting there, the Sargent move. See where see how he does on those tyres. Lando's got very good pace at the moment, so we can concentrate back on Lando.
Yeah,
Dragging Lewis with him to Hulkenberg, which is not good news for Nico Hulkenberg. Are we close enough here? Maybe not. Oh, I don't know though, the pace is good. Lando pulling out to the inside. It's the first attempt he's had on Hulkenberg, and we've got it done straight away, so no time lost there whatsoever. We're now 3.4 away from Gasly. Albon is 8th. He's on the hards. It's 13 seconds. I don't quite think we're going to have that pace in us. But we want this 9th place. We're in a battle with Alpine for 5th in the constructors at the moment.
Hulkenberg just pitted.
Not the worst thing, because of course they'd only gain a point on us, but we'd like to take that the other way. So Hulkenberg pits now. I don't think he's in Piastri's window here. Piastri looks about, yeah, a long way back. Yeah, certainly too far back. So I think Piastri, maybe Ricciardo he can get. That's going to be about it unless Sargent struggles on those tyres. So 15th is looking the maximum for Piastri. Lando, 9th or 10th it's looking like. I want to push him up to Gasly, and then I want to conserve our tyre life behind him. No rush to make an overtake because we've got 14% on him. If we just close up to him, let's start to push on this fuel now. We've got plenty in the bag. There we go.
Oscar, you can reduce the LICO slightly.
We'll just drop to
Just
light.
be careful with this tyre.
If we can stick in that DRS on that. You might even get the overtake done. Even not really pushing on these tyres. Maybe Gasly is conserving at this phase of the Grand Prix as well, and Lando is past. So we may as well jump back on aggressive here and extend the gap. What I was going to do is just sit in his DRS for a few laps, save our tyres.
Let's have a look at that. Now this happened as they arrived at turn 12.
But we got on the straight air DRS
It's
open and
certainly inviting.
get the job done, so no difficulty whatsoever. So now we'll, instead of sitting behind him conserving, we may as well open up that gap. Use the tyres that we've got on him, which is still 13%. Use the fuel, get a DRS gap. Hopefully bring it home equally in 9th. Gaining 2 points, and Alpine only 1, so we'll extend by 1 point in 5th. He's got DRS now, but he shouldn't get DRS next time we come around. Yeah, we extended that gap nicely to 2 seconds already. We are gaining on Albon, probably not at the rate that we need to though. Logan Sargent's all over the back of Ricciardo. Ricciardo pitting again? Maybe he's not. I don't think he is, so Oscar's got to eat that 9 seconds up really. Every little helps too, right, Dino? I think I'm getting pretty confident we're going to secure 5th now, because Alpine, unless there's an upside down race where things go mad, they're only ever going to score 1 or 2 points. I think we've got 4 races after this. I think we'll have a 13-14 point gap, so I think even if we weren't to score, 5th is looking pretty damn good now. It's unexpected. I'm expecting 6th.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
Got a massive gap on Gasly now. For some reason we'd set this up wrong, because this was on attack to finish on lap 51, which is not going to be the case, so we need to conserve a little bit now. But we should be fine on that trajectory. Piastri is 5.6 off Ricciardo. Can't really push much more than he is. Ricciardo's got good tyre life on Ricciardo, so I don't know if he can get Danny Rick at the end here. Sargent down to 52%, so he is going to be fine on those softs. Just manage this fuel. I think it's going to be as we are with Lando. Yellow flag. Albon spun. Oh, yes, please, Alex. Oh, it's a big spin as well. Oh, he's kept out of the wall. That was a hell of a spin. And we saw Lando go past. But Lando has taken Albon, and that's taken about... They were on the same percentage when I then looked, so it took about 10% out of Albon's tyres. So 8's looking pretty good now. Even if Albon gets past us, we can have a little push.
Now we should
as
be
that
able to
all
take a look
was
here.
Unfolding, Piastri has got past Ricciardo as he just follows through Perez on Danny Rick having blue flags. And Oscar seizes the opportunity, follows him through like a blue light ambulance. And so thank you very much to Danny Rick. Piastri 7 seconds off Sargent, but Sargent I don't think is going to have to pull off those tyres really, 42%. Albon, as I say, will do well to get back past us now. I think we're looking good for 8, which is brilliant. That's just doubled our points tally. We're going to get DRS on the Alpha. No, we're not.
3 laps to go.
Is the Alpha? We're not close enough to the Alfa Romeo for him to pull out of the way yet. Albon's hanging in there for a moment. I think we're safe to attack on these tyres though. 3 laps to go.
We can push.
We push for both cars. As we need this Alfa Romeo out of the way. Hold Alex up if you'd like to. Didn't really hold him up, but we have built a second. Hopefully getting out of the DRS on this long straight. Actually 6.2 to Logan Sargent. Albon back in the DRS. Not giving that up, is he?
Two laps to go.
More lift and coast.
Copy.
Okay, Lando, we suggest a little bit more Lyco.
3.4 away from Sargent. But it's getting closer. Sargent is getting close. Using all that time. We have got 2 full laps. Piastri might be in with a shout. Happens on the final lap, but we've still got a couple to go. Lando is now safe from Albon. Hamilton. Oh, come on, Lewis. Hamilton is 1.1 seconds off Pierre Gasly. That could lose them a point. And we're now gaining 4, so that would be very nice of Lewis indeed if he can make that happen. There's a few things that can happen here. Yeah, Lewis could get Gasly. Piastri could get Sargent, but I think that's looking unlikely, especially Verstappen or Perez. Perez coming through. That's going to hold us up. Although Sargent's got to pull out of the way here. That's going to be happening to him as well.
This is the last lap.
Lando started his last lap. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen for Piastri. Unfortunately.
Let the tyres come back to you.
2.7. Sargent's at 29% though. Oh, come on. I'm going to have to get out of the way though. I'm trying to push him away from that Red Bull of Perez. Sargent's pulling out of the way. Is he? No.
Okay,
Oh, we're lapped, aren't we? Oh, I forgot. I don't know how I forget because we were in the traffic there.
Max Verstappen over the finish
Of course,
line,
we're not on the lead
and
lap with
today's
Piastri,
winner.
so the fun is spoiled, but Sargent survived. He wouldn't have survived if he was on the lead lap, I don't think, though. 28% in the end, so yeah, completely forgetting that Piastri and Sargent have been lapped, although I don't know how I did forget as we were in amongst that lap traffic there, but nonetheless, Verstappen wins. Charlotte, so he did get back that those places on those softs. Charles Leclerc second, Perez third for the podium. Lando Norris, he's going to come away with 8th. What about Hamilton here? Not going to be able to get a move done there, is he? Another lap, and I think Hamilton would have been nicking that 10th place off. But another good drive from Lando. The strategy worked in the end. We gained a position due to Albon's mistake.
P8.
Gasly is going to hold on to 10th place, it looks like.
Well done.
Lewis edging him across the line. So Alpine do gain a point, but we gain 4, so we extend by 3.
The Red Bull team are going to be celebrating tonight, I bet.
Constructors champions. Red Bull have secured the constructors then. Reminds me of the Italian GP I did on my Haas. You both would. I think we got it. Oh really? Yeah. Well, Sargent Austin has a off or something, but yeah, we weren't expecting that from Albon, so that was very well received indeed from Alex and gave us 8th place. So there we have it. Max wins another one, up 4 places. Charles Leclerc was on pole, but he finishes 2nd. Perez finishes where he started, as does Sainz in 3rd and 4th respectively. Stroll down 3 places to 5th. Alonso 6th. Russell 7th. Lando finishes where he started in 8th. Same for Albon in 9th. Here Gasly, our rivals, for 5th, and Alpine doing a great job there. Up 6 places to finish 10th and gain Alpine a point. And then a bit chop and change down here. So Lewis Hamilton had that mistake. He was bogged down because he had a grid penalty. He made a mistake early on as well for that spin. So struggled with the traffic and only manages 11th. Hulkenberg up 8 places but no points, finishes 12th. Then Oscar Piastri down 1 place, finishes 16th. Probably got the strategy a little bit wrong. Perhaps the free stop would have worked a little bit better, matching Sargent, getting on those softs at the end. But I think if we were on the lead lap, we would have got Sargent, and 15th was probably the maximum we were going to get anyway. Piastri cannot match the pace of Haas or Alpine or other Williams. Drivers' Championship, so Max is already the champion. He takes another 30 points from the sprint and race. Charles Leclerc, though, having a good weekend, jumping up to 2nd place. So he has now got a 4-point advantage on Perez. And now with just a handful of races to go, it looks like it's going to be between Charles Leclerc and Perez for 2nd place. Sainz in 4th and comfortably margin ahead of Alonso, who is in 5th all on his own. Then Stroll is looking pretty good for 6th. A battle between the Mercedes. George Russell having a good weekend, gaining 8 points on his teammate and jumping Lewis Hamilton. And as we say, Norris gaining 4 points. And the good thing for him, Ocon didn't score. It was his teammate for Alpine. So Norris now has a 28-point advantage on Ocon. So Norris will finish 9th in the Drivers' Championship this year, unless Ocon wins a race. Incredible. Gasly gains a point, and Alex Albon gaining another 2 points for Williams, which is very good indeed for them in their fight against Haas, with Haas not scoring any points. However, it should have been 4 points for Albon. Didn't make that towards the end. There we see it. Red Bull are now Constructors' Champions. Ferrari will finish 2nd. Aston Martin, will finish ahead of Mercedes in 3rd. Mercedes will be 4th. And the fight is still on between McLaren ourselves and Alpine for 5th. We gain 4 points and they gain 1, so a point advantage of 3. So we've opened that gap up to 16 points. So I think unless they're going to get a top 5 or 6 finish, we're looking pretty good now for 5th. Haas don't score, but Williams tighten up the pressure on them, gaining 2 points. So it's now a 5-point margin for the battle for 7th. So 2 battles remain. battle for 5th between ourselves, McLaren and Alpine, and the battle for 7th between Haas and Williams. Fortunately, no points for AlphaTauri or Alfa Romeo. Pit stops, we had one bad pit stop, which was pretty good in the end because we've had a few mistakes recently, but not getting into the top 10 today, so I'm trying to eradicate those errors before we start to push and condense the time of the pit stops. But we should remain in 5th as we do. Mercedes gain a point on us, but we should gain, hopefully remain in 5th. Fastest pit stop championship as well. And that will be today's stream. So as I always say, if you've jumped in and you're not already, please do subscribe or follow. Do like the video, and if you want to check out the latest episode of this series, that is available on my YouTube. It was the race in Qatar, and that will be live in about 8 minutes time. It'll be live from 8:30 on YouTube. Please do check that out. Do send it some love, some likes and some comments, and we'll be back on Friday streaming the series Friday and Tuesday at 7:15 BST time. So we will be back Friday with another race weekend, as we're only a few races out from closing out 2023 on this series and hopefully getting a much quicker car